It's been a while since we've seen this man, and he is a sight for sore eyes despite the psychopath that he plays on The Walking Dead, which returns for season 9 on Sunday, October 7th at 9 Eastern Time on AMC. Good to see you, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. How are you, sir?
I'm really good. Thank you.
Now, when people see you, do they get scared just looking at you because of how you play Negan? Have you
Sometimes, yeah. I don't know if they get as scared as maybe they do get angry, but he always, or I guess I always elicit some sort of reaction, certainly.
Interesting. Angry.
Yeah,
because
angry.
of how you act as a human being when you act.
That's it. Angry at the character that I play, but that translates to being mad at me, a guy walking down the street sometimes with my little boy. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
How old's your boy?
He's 8. Yeah, I've got an 8-year-old, and he can see him coming before I do. Gus will sometimes. Gus will look up and he goes, "I know this person's going to stop you, Dad." Or he's like, "Let me guess." If somebody will be coming up and he'll say, "Let me guess, you want a selfie?" with my dad.
Way.
Yeah. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny, and more often than not, he is absolutely correct.
Do you have a policy on your 8-year-old watching The Walking Dead?
Yeah, he doesn't watch it.
He does not?
No, he doesn't watch it. Now, he's seen like clips, stuff on like YouTube. I've taken him to the set. So he knows a lot. He knows all the actors involved, and he knows that I'm the bad guy of the show.
Okay.
But yeah, he's aware, but he certainly hasn't seen it. He's seen clips where it doesn't involve blood and guts.
Okay.
And stuff. Yeah.
So, but your 8-year-old has been exposed to Seattle Seahawks football.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Since the minute he was born.
Out of the womb.
Yeah, I think his first outfit was a Seahawk onesie. Yeah.
There was no choice.
No choice.
So where do you stand? Okay, you're from the Seattle area.
Yeah.
Okay. Where do you stand on the current state of the Pete Carroll Seattle Seahawks?
I think I am not prepared to admit that we're in any kind of a rebuilding year. But it's been a tough couple years, and as a fan, I hate seeing what's going on. I think the Earl Thomas thing has been a little bit heartbreaking. Not that I don't understand both sides to a certain degree, but we're talking about a Hall of Fame player. And if we lose him, if John and Pete let him go, I think that's going to be a thing that's going to be hard to forgive for us fans.
It seems right now with Earl Thomas that whatever's going on, and there is definitely something still going on, because normally guys who want a new contract and they might hold out and then they report, everything kind of waits till the end of the season.
Yeah, that's right.
But there's something going on.
There's something going on.
But if that something leads to 2 interceptions on a Sunday,
3 in 3 games, you know what I mean?
So that's, and you sit there and think if there's anybody who could kind of navigate all that, it's Pete Carroll.
I would think so. I mean, Pete's always been such I guess a player's coach. Not that, when Marshawn was part of the team, he kind of did his own thing too. And Pete has always been really good at letting these big personalities kind of do their thing. And I know that, Earl gave an interview after the Dallas game saying, he is betting on himself. So if he has a headache or whatever it may be and he's not showing up at practice, my feeling is if that's not affecting the team, if the other players are okay with that and he shows up on a Sunday and intercepts 2 passes, then we're going to keep him. I mean, it'd be crazy to even think about dealing him away. Not to say that my heart didn't break in 1,000 little pieces when I saw him chasing down the Dallas coach last year down that tunnel and saying, "Hey, come and get me." That killed me. I want him to retire as Seahawk. But there's been so many changes, and I think all those changes we can go right back to not giving Marshawn the ball on the 1-yard line in that Super Bowl.
By the way, the way you just said that, for the radio audience, just the pained look. It still is a wound that has not been cauterized.
I don't know that it ever will be. I mean,
Isn't that
honestly,
amazing?
Yeah, it's painful. They're not, and what's happened since then. I think Pete maybe lost a couple of his players as far as them believing in him.
You think Sherman was one of them?
I think he definitely was one of them.
Averill definitely has come out. Cliff Averill is not with the team anymore. He definitely came out. I mean, he verbalized that.
Yeah, Michael Bennett. I mean, a couple of our big, important cogs in the wheel, I think, that have now left have been very kind of verbal about that very moment. Marshawn. I think it hurt. I think it hurt not just us, but a lot of the players.
Well, I mean, look, I understand that players would be upset about not going to a bread and butter, right? When you're talking about game on the line, Super Bowl on the line, and hold on a second, I don't mean to, I'm not rubbing it in when I say this.
No,
okay.
It has to be brought up. Okay, I understand.
But legacy, right?
Dynasty. Yeah.
Back to back on the line that you go away from your bread and butter.
Yeah.
And it was a great play by Malcolm Butler. It's not like Russell misplaced the ball. Yeah. I mean, you could say
it's a phenomenal play.
Right. Phenomenal. You got beat.
Yep.
I don't know if I buy that play call was made or okayed by Carroll because they didn't want Marshawn to have the spotlight.
I don't know that I believe that either.
Some of the players do.
Yeah, some of the players do. I mean, I will never know the truth behind that. But that's a tough way to. You're jumping to a pretty big conclusion. But look, I'm not in that locker room, and I don't know.
Nor do I.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But my guess is Pete wanted to win that game just as much as the rest of us, as well as Russell and everyone else. I mean, who knows? But give Marshawn the ball.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan here on the Rich Eisen Show. Again, The Walking Dead returns season 9 on AMC, October 7th, 9 Eastern Time. Did you ever play sports yourself?
Yeah. I played everything as a kid growing up, but I was really a basketball player in high school, and had scholarship offers and the whole nine. Played some football, and then I stopped playing football after my junior year because I was breaking my fingers and I didn't want to mess up my basketball. Mm-hmm. But then I blew my knee, and I've had like 7 surgeries. And
well, I mean, just the way you handle a bat on The Walking Dead.
I can swing a bat.
I mean, how are you as a baseball player?
I never loved baseball as much as other sports, but also, when you're playing Little League, it's not the most exciting probably sport in the world. Mm-hmm. And back when I played, there certainly wasn't any T-ball. So I remember playing when I was just a kid and getting hit in the head constantly with pitches, and, it was a little out of control. But you're asking like a 7-year-old to pitch the ball.
You know what we have? You're talking my language here. I mean, my 7-year-old played this year.
Yeah.
Okay. And they made the kids pitch to each other. And I'm like, what are we doing here? Especially when my kid got hit in the last game of the year.
Yeah.
And he got hit and he went down, he started crying. And I was the dad who came out from the bench to make sure he was okay. Yeah. And then the ump told him to take his base. And I told the ump, I actually did this on planet Earth. I told the ump, okay, at a pony baseball game, let him hit again. Like what point are we trying to teach him other than the rule that you hit, you go to first?
Right.
And then I realized I'm that dad right now.
That's okay. You're a dad. I absolutely 100% agree and back that play.
You back the play.
I back it. I'll back it all day long.
I don't know if but that's as you, not as Negan, correct?
That's as me. Okay. That's as me. I mean, my little boy is playing soccer right now. And,
yeah, mine too.
Yeah, and I love. I mean, it's it's like a hive of bees. They're following around the ball.
Exactly.
But it's so much fun. He's in his 3rd year of playing, and seeing the improvement every year is a lot of fun, and I'm the happiest guy in the world watching my kid play sports.
So how are you right now with this show, man? I mean, this show is as red hot as ever. The Walking Dead. Your character is in a different predicament.
Yeah.
And people who have been rooting for your vicious demise.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a 50-50. I think 50% of the people are ready for Negan to meet a grisly end, and the other 50% are liking Negan and want to see certainly what else can happen here.
Like you think some of fans are hoping that you turn into the nice guy?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think that they're hoping for some redemption. And in the comic book, there is a slight amount of redemption. I don't know how we follow that story, and if we will, because we do switch enough from the comic book to keep people that are fans of the comic interested in the show. But it's certainly been an interesting year playing the different sides and finding new shades of Negan, and I very much have enjoyed that. But it's a different year. We've got new writers and showrunners, and everybody knows that Andy's going to be leaving at some point this year. Rick Grimes. So it's a different year, but I'm very excited about it. I think that the show, the story and the writing has been top notch this year, and I'm very excited. I think for the fans to see.
What's it like for you when you get a script? What do you do with it? I mean, what are you looking for specifically?
I'm looking to see if I'm in it. For one, see if I'm meeting a demise. You
don't know?
No one tells you much on this show.
Come on.
Yeah.
Do you like that?
No, I hate it. I believe in kind of giving the actors as much information as possible. For one, it certainly helps us as actors figure out what our arc is for the year.
Right.
Like if you can tell me at the beginning of the year kind of where I'm going to end up the year, that helps me as an actor kind of create the story that I need to in each scene. But not knowing, it's hard. It's hard because you want everything to kind of connect and make sense. And this show's never been really big on, just because of the nature of the beast and how many people would love to kind of spoil it for other people. We keep everything very tight and top secret.
Well, if you don't like it, Jeffrey, why don't you just show up on a Friday, say I have a headache, and just just say,
I'll show up on Sunday.
And then just show up, nail your scene, and just that's maybe do it Earl Thomas way.
That's not I mean, it's working. It's working. Damn it!
How would that work on a set, though?
I don't know that it would work really well on a set. I don't know if my co-actors would love it either.
The difference between football and the rest of the world, right there.
I guess so. I think this is a rare situation that we're talking about with Earl. I mean, I think he's so loved by his teammates
and the 12s.
And he is obviously very effective on Sundays, and I think that has been proven this year. It doesn't matter if he shows up at practice or not; he's still our best defensive player, and he is all over the field. That being said, I really think that we should give him a long-term contract.
You would do it?
Yeah, I would. I think he deserves it.
Man, I do not know what is going to happen.
I don't either. I really don't. I every day I kind of wake up and wonder, did it happen? Is he gone?
Well, he Instagrammed out a photograph of himself. That picture of him taking a bow after he bowed
to the Dallas sidelines
after he picked it off.
Yeah,
and he bowed down.
Yeah,
okay, and he put that on his Instagram, and the copy was "Someone's going to write the check."
Someone's going to write the check.
That's what he wrote.
I know who I wanted to be, but he also said that prior to the Dallas game that coaches were coming up to him from Dallas saying, "Are you ready for the trade on Monday?"
Well, it could be the Chiefs, too. They're knocking on the door
boy,
also.
I would not want that to happen. Chiefs are looking good this year.
Yeah, no, they could use it. Well, your buddy Paul Rudd, your neighbor Paul Rudd.
That's it.
He would love Earl Thomas.
And I'd never friggin' hear the end of it. So I really, really don't want that to happen. But
boy, it would stay in the family in a way.
It would. That's true. And I tell you, I love watching Mahomes. My God, that guy is just lighting it up.
He is dynamic.
Yeah. And also, how cool was it to see Cleveland win a game? I've never gotten off my chair and rooted for another team ever in my life until Thursday night when Cleveland was playing.
Well, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, speaking on behalf of all Jet fans, as I was growing up as one, I have a different point of view on that.
Yes, I know you do. I know. And
a little bit different.
I really think you're going to be okay, though. I think the Jets, I like Darnold a lot.
I do too.
I think,
and Mayfield, though, I totally understand why anybody who has no skin in the game, if you will, would look at that guy. You felt what was happening through the television
You sure
set,
did.
And he has it. He is dynamic. He is exciting. And in the same way that Jets fans felt about Darnold week one, and clearly Browns fans felt about Mayfield, or Chiefs fans feel about Mahomes.
Yeah.
You had that sensation when Russell Wilson showed up.
Oh, yeah.
And
Game changer.
Everybody wants a piece like that.
Yeah.
Every fan wants to have
so,
that
moment. You have it as a Jets fan.
I don't know yet.
Well, I think you certainly have something to build on. And, I mean, he is a talent, and he's a kid. I mean, you tend to forget that this guy's, 21 years old, but he's got an arm on him. He's a big guy. He hasn't been playing football that long, really, So I think the Jets are going to be okay. It might not be this year, and we all love that kind of immediate results, but I feel good about your chances down the road.
You don't
I
have
do.
to say that just because you said you're rooting for Mayfield, Jeffrey.
Look, how many days, how many years since Cleveland won a game?
Oh my gosh, 2.
Yeah.
635 days.
That's
was the
it.
exact number.
So seeing that, and you're right, just the feeling of when he came in the game. Because I was just watching as a football fan, but boy, when he came in and you could feel it, I suddenly became invested in that game.
The Walking Dead returns for season 9 again Sunday, October 7th, 9 Eastern on AMC. This is too rare for you to be here in the studio, sir. Please, let's do it more often.
Anytime. I love coming in.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.